welcome to Stitching in the Pines. My name is Susie. Wow, I never introduced myself. I'm so bad at this. My expertise is knitting, not making videos. But anyway, this is where I like to talk about my knitting and crocheting and anything else I decide to make. And I just want to welcome you in, and thanks for giving me a try if you're new. So let's see, I have 4 finished objects that I want to talk about, and probably about three things I'm currently sort of working on. 2 things in particular, but one thing is kind of a, if you're bored, you're bored. Let's knit on something else. But anyway, I'll show all that to you. But first, let's talk about what I finished, which is my Blooming Breeze tee. It is, if you watched last episode, I ripped out a vest. Was it the Scandinavian? I always forget the name of it. Scandinavian vest by Petite Knits. I knit like 3 of those, and I feel like when you start knitting the body, it takes forever. So anyway, I just realized I forgot to plug in my microphone, so I hope you can hear me okay. Anyway, so this is the Blooming Breeze tee by Beata, Jezek. It was a free pattern, and well, here, let me stand up and show you. So I not get too far out of frame here. It is kind of cropped, but I mostly want to wear it with dresses, which I have a lot of these short sleeve dresses or spaghetti straps. I love the dress, but I don't love my arms. So you can see it's kind of longer in the back. Just a lot of nice coverage for the sleeves. It is knit oversized, so by the time you get to the sleeves, all you really have to do is do a ribbing. So that was nice. No sleeve island, just ribbing. So I've knit a couple of things now that I can now wear with dresses, namely this. This was the square dance. I've already knit one. This is my second one. And again, if you watched last time, I showed it and I was going to rip it out. But then I was so close to being done, so I decided, let's just finish it. And it just took me an afternoon to finish it. So it's oversized. You can wear it with anything, even if it's a t-shirt and you just want to add something. It's great. I haven't worn this one yet. There's a lot of things I haven't worn yet that I just finished. This is the first time I'm wearing this one. Did I say this was my cashmere? This was the cashmere. It's Gizmo. I think I forgot to add that in there. Gizmo cashmere yarn. I ordered it, I think. I don't remember. I don't remember where I ordered it. Probably came from China. I don't really know. It took a while to get here. But I do like it, and I could afford it. So, I mean, it was still like $15 a skein, but I knew, well, I bought it for the vest, but I knew I didn't need very many of them. So I think about 4 of them, but still expensive. But knitting with cashmere was on my bucket list, so I just got to check it off my bucket list. Okay, so the square dance. Yep, did I say it was by Elke Elder Designs, and it was crocheted in byAudrey in taupe. It's a really soft, if I knit with cotton again, I would want to do it with this stuff. And it's in the color taupe. And taupe goes with so many things, so many things. Next up is, okay, another thing I ripped out. I had a cotton t-shirt that I made last year, and it was way too big and was not even, it was a box, it was kind of a boxy tee, but it wasn't doing anything for my figure, and I wasn't wearing it. So yeah, when spring rolled around, I tried on some things and I was like, don't like. So I ripped it out, and I knit a Nebula. Andrea Mowrey just put out this, I think it's new pattern, by Andrea Mowrey. It's higher in the front, lower in the back. Did some short row shaping back there. But what I really like about it is this little detail on the sleeve, which is just ribbing, and then you do a 3 needle bind off. It really gives it something. I don't know what, but it gives it something. Gives it more interest. But see, the thing with cotton is I can't, and also this was bottom up sweater. You start with the bottom and you come up, and then you have to divide and start knitting the fronts, the 2 fronts, and then thought I had a drop stitch, but it's just, I don't know if it's loose or what, but anyway. So then when you get to the underarm sleeve, then you separate, and then you have to knit the rest of the way up, back and forth, flat. So you knit one side and you purl the other. My purl stitches are terrible. They're so much looser than my front. You can't really see them from here because it's almost see-through, but my stitches are not perfect. So it looks holy in places. You see that right there? Yeah, not good. Not good. So I was going to give this away because it was too short. I can wear it with a dress, and it looks really cute on that mannequin. It's Debbie, by the way. We named her Debbie years ago. We'll tell that story another time. So the Nebula, I will make another one. I have a long sleeve Nebula I would like to make, and I do have some other yarns that I could maybe make another one, a short sleeve. I do want a short sleeve Nebula to wear with shorts or whatever. So if I get brave enough to wear shorts this year. I did like the pattern. I don't like knitting back and forth. I just want to knit in the round, but even top down knit in the round stuff, you have to knit back and forth on somewhat, doing short rows or whatever. But best of all, I have my Highland Thistle sweater that I showed it last time. I was still working on the sleeve. So, but I did finish it. I hope you can see the thistles really well. You can see them better back here, I think. But this Highland Thistle is by Carolyn Holbrook. I knit it with Juniper Moon Farm, Harriet Fine. It's nice. It's nice. I wore this Easter Sunday. I wore it to church, and I love it. It's very soft. Very soft. And this alpaca, though it's lightweight, it's super warm too, though. Anyway, the Highland Thistle, which is, and I'm sure I've already said it, the national flower of Scotland. When I saw this Highland Thistle, I said, and just having gotten back from Scotland, I was like, I was all over this for sure. Just looking for, this was going to be something else, and then my gauge didn't work up right, so I had to make something else with it. So there's that. Those are my finished objects. And let's see, what do we got here? What's on my needles? Okay, let's see which one is which. I can't remember which bag. Just started this. This yarn was the other half of what I was knitting this with, the other vest. This is called Get Out of the Pool by Beth Macdonald Stone. You may have heard of her. It was a free pattern when I snagged it off the internet, Instagram or something, I don't remember. But I had some worked in, see that? When I weave in my ends, and I didn't weave them in, I just caught them up as I was knitting. But when I do that, most of the time it doesn't, but on this one, you could see it through. So anymore, I don't work the ends in the way you're supposed to. I'll just leave them hang because, and I do it the right way. See, now it looks like a big hole right there. Anyway, so yeah, this is a lot of knitting. It's garter stitch. Just knit every row, and it's a lot of knitting. Someday, I hope to get it done soon. It won't get done soon, but I'm I'm trying to work on it really hard until I start new projects like this one. I bought this yarn that was going to be a vest and decided not to make a vest. I made it out of something else. This is called the Sopherine by Audrey Berrego. This too was a free pattern. It's a vest. And I'll put links in the show notes if you want to see the pattern. It's just a vest. Nothing fancy. So I have 4 skeins of this. I can make it as long as I want. I'm going to try not to rush it, make it too short. I have plenty of yarn. But this is out of Berrego. Rios. And it is the color 283 Virgo. Let's see if you can. Virgo. It's very pretty. Very pretty yarn. Oops. Looks like the middle's coming out. Need to put these in yarn ball protectors. Keep them from getting too badly messed up. Anyway, yeah, I'm not sure about this color for the for a vest, but we're doing it. We're doing it. I got this Progress Keeper when I ordered some yarn from Yarn Cafe Creations. When you buy yarn from her, she'll send you a little token of her appreciation. And I'm not sure, she has dabbled in polymer clay, so I'm pretty sure this is made from polymer clay. Anyway, it was very nice. Have I shown that? Surely I showed that on my last video. Surely I did, my last video. Some really nice pink yarn. Her yarn is very pretty. I bought from her because she kind of had a, her being a small business owner, probably no insurance. I don't know. Maybe her husband, maybe she has insurance with her husband. I don't know. I've been a small business owner, so I know how hard it is and how expensive everything is. And to buy insurance for yourself is usually not an option. But she needed surgery on her eyes, not cataract. Her cornea. She needed a cornea transplant, I believe. Which I also need a cornea transplant. But I'm pretty sure my Medicare will cover it. Yeah, I have what you call Fuchs disease. You have to look it up. I don't know how to explain it. But right now, the way I see a lot of floaters. Really light sensitive, and yeah, it won't cause you to go blind or anything, but it will lower your vision, I think. Also, I've noticed sometimes I look at, okay, here's an example. Sometimes if you look at a puddle of water on the ground, it just looks like a black hole. Sometimes my brain won't process what something is. And sometimes it takes me a minute to figure out what that thing is I'm looking at. It's hard to explain. Anyway. Okay. Okay. This is my Kimmono. I haven't gotten very far, but it has a million kajillion stitches. Oh, it's kind of tangled up here in my, I forget how many stitches are on here, but there's a lot. It's a lot of stitches. And I think my plan is to just try to stretch it out. I think it'll be long enough. Just knit this till it's as long as I want, and then knit a second one. And then I'll sew it up at the shoulders. I don't wear robes, but I love to put on knitted things when I get up in the morning and I'm cold or chilly. I'll usually put on a sweater, but maybe I would put this on. Or if I'm ever in the hospital, I'll wear it. People say, did you make that? I don't know. I'm just being silly. So this is ongoing. I'll probably never get it done, but I'm going to try between projects to work on it. Okay. Now, this is where I'm going to introduce Stitching in the Pines Stitch Academy. I'll probably just make these as separate videos, but for today, I'm just going to introduce you to this segment. Probably not segment, but today it's a segment. Kind of a little knit knowledge place to share information or answer questions or, yeah, just whatever. So, if you have any questions, send them in. If you want to see how something's done, you want to do a process of something. I'm thinking about doing a pattern, just taking a pattern and walking you through the pattern. Because to new knitters, sometimes knitting patterns or crochet patterns are just alien. I don't know. It does seem daunting, but it's very simple. You take it one step at a time. It's not, you know, but today I wanted to talk about what it used to be like. This is how I learned. Of course, I learned to knit when I was like 5 or 6. I don't really remember. We were living in Oklahoma City. My sister was sick on the couch, and my baby brother was in the crib. And Mom took me to our local 5-a-dime store. We bought knitting needles and some yarn. And we went home, and I don't remember knitting right away, but she did teach me the stitches. I probably wasn't that interested. I don't remember knitting anything else. However, I did feel special that she did that with me, being the second child. I felt pretty special. Anyway, so I just wanted to show you these magazines. Now, I got a couple of these magazines I saved. I used to have a ton. I had a crap ton of these magazines I saved. And then when my mother passed, I saved hers. And there were all different kinds of magazines or craft magazines they put out. But when I picked knitting back up, I referred to these magazines on how to, I didn't look to see if this one had it, but in every magazine in the center of the magazine, I don't think this one has it, But this came out after the internet. So somewhere along the line, they quit putting them in magazines, and maybe they still do. I haven't bought one, so I don't really know. But somewhere in the middle, and this one has all the information you might need to want to learn to knit. It shows you by picture. Now, mind you, I had to look at a picture, a still picture of how to do a cast on and a knit stitch and a purl stitch and so on and so forth. But this one's showing you some different cast-ons. Not necessarily the knit stitch, but it also shows you how to do the Kitchener stitch. And it also has some crochet in it. How to do increases and so on and so forth. But also it has a list of abbreviations, what everything means. So like BEG means beginning. BO means bind off, CC, contrasting color, so on and so forth. So just to say now when people, well, a good pattern writer would include what abbreviations are in that pattern, just so you know. Not all knitting patterns are created equal, for sure. But a good one will include all that. They don't assume you know everything. They will include that. I saved this one for this sweater. This is the sweater I wanted to knit. Now I ended up doing the Mowrey, and if I wanted to, and who knows, I may do this. But this book is full of the Irish cabled sweaters, or the Aran sweaters, or they've been called a lot of things. But anyway, that's why I saved this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a pattern, and we're just going to start from the very beginning. These will be separate videos, but hopefully in my next videos I will include something like this, just a piece of knowledge maybe that I've acquired, or I don't know, if you ask me a question, maybe I'll answer it. But I just for future's sake, for future knitters that belong to me, I say that granddaughters, great-granddaughters, who knows, whoever, or even grandsons. I would love it if I had a grandson who knit. And that being said, you know, when knitting first started, I'm pretty sure it was men. Men knit. Maybe men invented sweaters. I mean, knitting. Maybe. I'm not sure, but maybe. Women might have wove up the yarn. I mean, spun the yarn. Not weave. Spun. I'm getting all my terminology mixed up. They might have spun the yarn, but it was the men who knitted it up. So I think I read that somewhere at some point. But knitting has come a long way. It's come a long way from learning how to knit from the middle of a magazine with just a picture. Now we can look on the internet. There's YouTube. We look up how to do everything on YouTube, and there's so many videos. So why would I want to make more videos? I don't know. I asked my granddaughter that, and she said, well, sure, you can go to any YouTuber and look that up, learn how to do something, but they're not you. They're not my grandma. So if you want to learn from grandma, you come to the right place. Love you.